What's up, everybody? 2020, new hair, same great stuff on the Sugaree YouTube channel. My name is Matthew Price, and today we've got a real treat. This is Rude Tech 3Muf-14. This pedal just came out. The fine folks at Rude Tech asked me to do a bass demo, so that's what we're gonna do today. Just get a look at this thing. There are a ton of knobs. There are some switches. There's all kinds of modes, a trim knob, mids drive. I mean, there's so much going on here. We are going to play with this thing. We're going to stack it up, most likely with a Univibe, maybe a delay pedal. We're going to see how this sounds on bass guitar here on the Sugaree YouTube channel. We're going to take a look at the Rude Tech 3Muf-14 pedal in just a second, but let's learn a little bit about Rude Tech, the company, and I love their webpage so much, I'm going to read directly from it. It's so funny. Rude Tech is the brainchild of former aerospace engineer Jesse Rue. Before he left his backwoods laboratory to build chorus pedals full-time, he tested jet and rocket engines in a test chamber that simulates high altitude and faster than sound air speeds. Cool, but not as cool as rock stars. How hilarious is that? Rue applies his engineering background to each and every pedal Rude Tech produces. Each pedal is assembled in a clean environment and proper mechanical connections are ensured before a solder is applied to the joint. Every Rude Tech joint is both inspectable and built to last. They take their work seriously and they are privileged to contribute to your, mine, and musical art. And now about the pedal itself. I suggest you go over to their website. It is written in a way that's really accessible and highly entertaining and on a level that even I can understand. This pedal does a lot of stuff. As you can see close up here, there are some knobs and some switches and different modes and stuff. The internal stuff is all written on the website as well, so if you're really curious about the type of diodes or transistors or socketed components or whatever, please go to rudetech.com and check it out. But basically, three famous circuits on here: a tone bypass toggle so you can hear the distortion and fuzz circuit alone. It's modeled after the cockpit controls of a Russian MiG jet. That's why it looks so fascinating and unlike any other pedal that I've seen. And the serial number is stamped on the faceplate of all the pedals, so that's cool. It's very personalized. Let's see how this incredible looking thing actually sounds now on bass guitar. All right, it is time to hear how this 3Muf-14 from Rude Tech sounds. So let's turn it off first. Here is the clean tone. Now let's get all distorted. So as soon as you engage that, obviously there's a big difference, but it doesn't get all raucous and noisy. It maintains pretty clear tones. The clarity of those notes is really there, which makes it a perfect sort of enhancement to a bass line where there might be other instruments over the top of it. I quite like how that sounded just by itself. Now let's get out the MXR and see how it sounds with a vibrato tremolo type effect. I bet it's going to sound great. All right, it's time to stack it up. I have one of my favorites, the MXR Univibe. It is something that works really well with both distortion, fuzz, and ambient stuff. So let's turn it on here. Well, actually, the muff is on. Let's. That's what that sounds like. All right, let's vibe out. Instant texture. Turn that speed all the way up. I mean, you really can't argue with that. The MXR Univibe doesn't really fail. That is why it is a classic pedal, and it goes great with this Rude Tech pedal. So I've got the TC Electronic Flashback ready to bring this fuzz from Rude Tech into the delayed atmospheric, stratosphere or something like that. This is a good combination. You're gonna like this. So let's go right into it. Oh man, so it's so much fun kind of bouncing back and forth and playing with the delay and timing it right there. That was just a sort of an analog delay set pretty basically to give the color of that note as it just repeats there. So fun. Usually fuzz bass isn't super atmospheric, but there's a place for that in your songwriting for sure. There you have it, the Rude Tech 3Muf-14 Fuzz. This thing is sweet. Lots of modes, lots of tone control with the knobs, mids drive, trim knob. There's a lot of tonal control here. We did it on bass. Guitar would be even more, given that the spectrum of notes is maybe a little bit wider. But man, one thing I love about this is you turn it on and it doesn't get really raucous. The fuzz is clearly there, but it didn't get all feedbacky or noisy or any of that stuff. Sounded great. This is potentially a must-have for fuzz junkies, given the amount of control that's in here. This is new. Check it out. Rude Tech 3Muf-14. My name is Matthew Price. This is Sugaree Licks. Stick around on YouTube, and we got more pedal demos coming up.